Welcome back, Night Owls. This is Dr. Nighttime, and tonight I'd like to go through a problem that came up on one of my students' exams. She apparently did not get it right on the exam. She came to me afterward and asked, hey, what was I supposed to do with this? Because she said, this seems really long and complicated. Is there an easier way to do this? And I said, yeah, it turns out there was. So the problem was this. Consider the equation x squared plus y squared plus 4xy equals 3. She was given that was the equation of a rotated hyperbola centered at the origin. And she was asked to find the equation of the asymptotes. Well, equations of the asymptotes, right? There are going to be two asymptotes. And at first glance, you kind of get this sinking feeling of saying, well, I need to find the tilted coordinate axes, x tilde and y tilde, find the angle of rotation, set up that equation with the sine and the cosine to convert between my actual x and y to my tilted x and y. The good news, you don't actually have to do that. No. See, this hyperbola itself corresponds to the equation x squared plus y squared plus 4xy equals 3. The asymptotes are not quite the hyperbola itself. They are not x squared plus y squared plus 4xy equals 3. These asymptotes correspond to x squared plus y squared plus 4xy equals 0. Right? Once you see that, there's one other thing you'll have to see to find the easy way to do this. Take a look geometrically at what these asymptotes are doing. They're straight diagonal lines through the origin. Now, if this weren't centered at the origin, yeah, you'd have to do a bit of completing the square and deal with your shifted coordinates. That's not terrible. But here, we don't even need to do that. These diagonal lines through the origin, they'll be of the form y equals some constant k times x, right? That's the general form of a line going through the origin. So now that we have that, we can plug in. X squared is just going to be x squared. Y squared is going to be k squared x squared. 4 times x times y. 4 times kx times x. 4kx squared, that equals 0. Factor out your x squareds. 1 plus k squared plus 4k equals 0. Expressing this in a more familiar standard form. K squared plus 4k plus 1 equals 0. And pick your favorite way of solving a quadratic, either quadratic formula, completing the square, center and offset. Either way you get k equals -2 plus or minus root 3. So your two equations for your asymptotes, this one that's kind of steeper, is a milder negative slope, that's going to be y equals -2 plus root 3 all times x. And this sharper, steeper one is going to be y equals -2 minus root 3 all times x. And we're able to solve this tilted hyperbola equation without actually dealing with the tilted coordinate axes. Hopefully you found that a useful trick. Until next time, this is Dr. Nighttime wishing you a good night.